What's going on, YouTube? It's Kuma1921 here again with my man Joe Bogley recording. I got a Chaos Dragon deck profile specifically because I top 8'd another regional 2 times in a row. Feels pretty good. Took first place at a Stratford, Connecticut regional with Chaos Dragons again. Yeah, so I will get right into the deck list. Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, so I'll let you guys know my matchups. One reason why I mainly chose to run this deck, I did have the option to run the water deck. I had to scrounge all the cards. But I just want to see how Chaos Dragons did post Abyss Rising, and they still did pretty good. I did not play any water decks, but I'll explain that towards the end of the video. But round 1, I played Chaos Dragons. Round 2, I played Windups. I won round 1 and 2. Round 3, I played the Ninja Samorg deck with, what's the guy, Hanzo and all those guys. Pretty cool. Round 4, I played Heroes. All of those rounds except for round 3, I lost all my game 1s. It was really frustrating. Actually, round 5, I lost my game 1 too. And one game 2, I was playing against Machina Geargia, and I ended up losing game 3. Ended up sucking real bad. But round 6, I played against Agents. Round 7, I played against Heroes with Card D. And then round 8, I played Machina Gadget. So it was pretty solid, meta matchups. So yeah, let's jump right into the deck list. A lot of this is still similar. I just made a couple of different changes. But and obviously you see this nice mat. Yeah,
buy it from him.
Yeah, it's on eBay right now. So if you guys want it, I'll post my eBay information down below, and you can bid on it if you would like. 3 Light Pulsar, still 3 Dark Flare, 1 Eclipse Werven, 1 Red Eyes, and 1 Dark Arm still. For your hand traps, still 3 Effect Veiler and 2 Maxi. I'll get into more about why. I was actually going to play 3 Maxi, 3 Veiler, but I ended up not. And then your 2 Trags and your Gores. 2 Tour Guides for your whole Tour Guide engine and Night Assailant. All still really good. Tour Bus is not as good compared, the combos you can do with Night Assailant. Your 2 Chaos Monsters, your more powerful Chaos Monsters, BLS and Sorcerer. And your Mill Engine, still all the same. 3 Lila, 3 Raikou, and 1 Trooper actually this time. 1 Trooper I got the influence from Chris T. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not going to, I'm not going to butcher it, but he said he really only think he needed 1. And I was looking at the deck, and it has a lot of normal summons, and I count this as like a summon to set or do anything with. And it has a lot of that. And a lot of times Trooper sits in my hand and doesn't really do anything. So I tried 1 and I liked it. I didn't really miss the second one. And my last 2 tech cards, honest, this and the 1 Trooper were both influenced from people that topped the YCS. Obviously the guy that got second with the Trooper, and then Will Rodriguez, he topped 32 and played honest in his deck, and it was really unexpected. My Pulsar, was feared by many. People really weren't trying to, especially if they see me mill it. I did mill it a lot, unfortunately. So game 2 and 3, they would be prepared for it and kind of. Well, actually, I'll take that back. Some people kind of stupidly ran into it. I had this one guy. I had a Thunder King on the field, and by the way, this is my last card. I had a Thunder King on the field, and nothing else. Dragons really don't play that many play backwards at all. He XYZs for Utopia, and I say that's fine. Any player would be like, well, damn, it might play honest. People, that's a good trend. Attack. He still attacked anyway, and, made sure he didn't have a response in battle step and damage step, and dropped honest, and then I poked for another 19 on his turn. Honest is pretty good. So that's actually a total of 32 monsters this time. For your spells, you have your Trinity, Pot of Avarice, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon still. Despite it not being good against the mirror match, all the other matchups that is good against you, to hit those skill drains, those main deck macros and Dino Rabbit. Dimensional Fissure, wind up to start the main deck Dimensional Fissure now. Bissphere, definitely change that Bissphere. There's all the, wind up factory, you definitely need that over Lance right now. And plus to help fit extra cards in your side deck. And for your charge engine, 2 recharge and charge of Light Brigade. I still dead drew, recharged at least 3 times, but it wasn't that bad. The 2 times, the 1 time was, if that makes sense if you guys caught that. Out of the 3 times, 1 time maybe ended up losing, my round 5 match game 3. I couldn't draw a Light Swarm monster, and I had a handful of big guys. It sucked pretty bad. But overall, the main deck was pretty good. Still 41. For the side deck, I played 2 Electric Virus, 2 Gemini Imps. I cannot wait till March. Hopefully, they hit Dark World enough to where we don't have to side these anymore. I almost didn't. Me and Joe were talking the night before, and I really didn't want to side any at all. But I mean, I don't know. Even because you know what, even when you put in 3. There's a lot of times that you still don't draw. It's not like you put these in and you auto win. You can still lose the matchup and draw them late after they card destruction. You go draw into 2 of them. I don't know. It's just crazy. 3rd Maxi for Karakuri, Geargia, windups, obviously. The water deck and Infernity, any other random deck that, Jogdoppel, those decks still are lurking. The second, Thunder King. 2 Messenger apiece. This card is like one of the top 3 spells of the format. Thanks, Billy Break. Card is really, really good. And people who don't expect it in Chaos Dragons, like I dropped it on a... I don't think it really... Actually, no, I did do something against the guy that made me top. The Machine and Geargia guy. He really couldn't drop the big guys and go for damage. And it's a little different with this deck because, like, setting up with this deck doesn't take as long as windups, because windups can get some really mixed up hands and have to wait a really long time. Dragons, all I need is like a decree or something like that, to get going and freeze all your stuff and to start coming back at you. So I liked it a lot. And it's actually really good against the water deck too, because if you have a couple big guys face up and you have a messenger, they either have to kill the what's the one that pops face ups again? Heavy infantry. Yep. They either have to pop the messenger and still deal with the big guys, or pop the big guys and still can't attack. Unless they have, the smaller guys, which you can attack directly.
Who told you to put messenger in your side deck?
I don't remember why. Was it you?
It was me.
It was not
yes,
you.
It was.
Was it? Oh, okay, yes. Well, it was Joe Bogley. Thanks, Joe Bogley. One Mystical Space Typhoon, the last one. So Soul Taker. A lot of people do not like this card anymore. People are skewing it from the decks. I don't know why. You cannot do that. Too many Archlord, especially for me. Too many Archlord Christias in... the mirror match light pulsers, and this helped me, Shining. I ended up, he was at 1600, and I dropped BLS. He had a dead MST, which I've been reading for the whole game, and then I Soul Taker and attack directly for game. This card is still really good. You definitely need it. Oh, excuse me. And this is really, really necessary, I think. I might end up taking one of these out, but I just feel for these, you need... a lot of times, what Joe was showing me, going second, I put these in and keep Gores in. Going first, I put these in, and usually I keep the 2 Trags in and take out Gores, because you'll usually have your back rows occupied with these and your messengers. Sure. But you really do need these for specific matchups. Like windups, that level limit is the main spell or continuous spell that really pisses me off. Like, it's so annoying. You have to have this. I'm also thinking about... No, I'm not even going to say it. I mean, you probably can already tell what I'm talking about for back row destruction, but it really catches people off guard and... stuff like that. But yeah, you need these for matchup specific, a lot. So those messengers and stuff, you got to get rid of them, especially at level limit. For the extra deck, I play Leviathan, and some of this is influenced by the Honest that I had in here. So if you see like a couple random cards in here, it's like what? Giga Brilliant, Acid Golem, Utopia, Honest influence, Adrius, Gaia, Exabile, Levier, Maestro. This guy actually ended up winning me a game against Windups round 2 or 3, whatever round it was. Flipped this. I read Sandgame, but it was Magician, which was even better. It made it 0, and I attacked through it, in the other cards of the game. Too bad. I wish BLS honestly got banned and Sorcerer stayed at 2 or 3, so we'd be able to like drop rank 6s more. I have not used him since Toronto. There were 2 times I actually forgot to drop it because my opponent was at 800 and 500 respectively. The 2 times I vividly remember, and I ended up luckily still winning anyway. But I keep forgetting to drop him because like I don't drop him anymore, so it's kind of annoying. That sounds kind of crazy. You should look at your X deck before you do anything. But it's just I'm so used to dropping Exabeetle. But Queen Dragoon, Jin, Tempo, Zen Mains, and Black Rose. Your extra deck, like people say, why don't you tech, the Breed Dragon and all that stuff? For one, I think it's bad. Veilers and Maxis all over the place. I know things you can do with it, but I don't think it's worth it. I like the deck how it is right now. Cards I use the most, I might use that once a tournament. Oops. Mace Stroke I use a good bit. That I use a little good bit. That I always overlay, that when I do that. I didn't play Tyrus because I didn't really need it. I need a card, like especially against Messenger Piece. I need something that could do something main phase 1 and not have me have to attack and destroy something. I understand, other decks can do that, but this deck is different. Card. Yeah, and it's dark, so it helps out. And I use that quite a bit to just like bait other cards out. And I only ever summon this when I have a tribute monster or dark hole in my hand. Only time, because you can get screwed with this thing really bad. It sucks.
10% battery.
I've had a guy had a Reaper set against me, and he thought he was good, and I attached, and then I tributed on my next turn. He was like, you need to do something with that. I was like, I am. Maybe it's 1 tribute. So it's not even a big deal. You have a lot of tribute monsters in here, so it's not even a big deal. And I use Giga Brilliant a good bit, and sometimes him to banish for Red Eyes. But yeah, so you're like, at least 4 or 5 cards in your extra deck can be very, very versatile. Like the new, this guy right here. Let me let's pull it out real quick. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is out. They're sending them out. What's his name? Gustav Max? Oh yeah, here it is. Super Dreadnought Cannon Gustav Max's card just was released. Dragons can make it the easiest because I've seen decks not play Solar Recharges at all or any MSTs. or like less hand traps and play Call of Hanans, and it'd be a lot easier to get out a Trag and a Red Eyes respectively and stuff like that. And or you could drop a Trag off Trooper and then somehow bring out your Red Eyes via. Actually, that's really good. It sounds really good right now. Call a Hana your Red Eyes, activate its effect, bring that Pulsar, and then overlay the Trag and the Red Eyes, and you still have your detach the Red Eyes. Is it still going? Oh, it's still recording. Oh shit! Like an email to. Sorry, YouTube. Okay, so yeah, that's it.
He's legal for Seattle too.
Is he legal for Seattle? Okay, nice. All right, that's really good to know. Then I didn't really know that actually.
Even though we're not going.
Don't remind me about that.
Me too.
So yeah, I already told you about my certain changes that I made, and if I were to go to the YCS, I actually, you know what? I got a couple more videos I'm gonna make probably tonight, maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'll tell you guys about the changes I would make for the YCS. Specifically, a lot of people are worried about playing this deck or continuing to play this deck because of the water deck. This deck doesn't auto lose to the water deck. It doesn't auto lose at all. The thing is, you have to rush it really, really fast. A lot of times they do not have Trag and stuff in their hand, and I'm actually going to make another video about how to beat that deck. So stay tuned, and I will be posting more videos soon. All right, Kuma 1921's out. Peace.
Bye.